Imagine being so rich that when you visited another country, you accidentally crashed its economy. Not because you invaded it, not because you started a war, but simply because you gave away too much money. It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what happened over 700 years ago. This is the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. Today, when we think of wealth, names like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Bernard Arnault come to mind. Their fortunes are measured in hundreds of billions of dollars, but historians believe even they don't come close to Mansa Musa. So, who was he? Mansa Musa was the ruler of the Mali Empire in West Africa during the early 14th century. At the time, Mali wasn't just another kingdom. It controlled some of the world's largest gold mines. And back then, gold wasn't just valuable. It was one of the foundations of the global economy. Some historians estimate that nearly half of the world's known gold supply came from the region controlled by the Mali Empire. As its ruler, Mansa Musa had access to unimaginable wealth. But the event that made him legendary happened in 1324. He decided to make the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca that many Muslims undertake at least once in their lifetime. This wasn't an ordinary journey. Historical accounts describe a caravan stretching for miles. Thousands of soldiers, servants, merchants, and attendants traveled with him. Hundreds of camels carried supplies, and many were loaded with gold. Wherever Mansa Musa stopped, he spent generously. He donated gold to the poor. He rewarded officials. He bought goods at high prices. To everyone he met, he seemed endlessly generous. But there was one problem. He gave away so much gold that its value began to fall. When Mansa Musa reached Cairo, his generosity flooded the local economy with gold. There was suddenly so much of it in circulation that its value dropped significantly. Prices changed. Markets were disrupted. Some historians believe it took years for the economy to fully recover. Imagine being so wealthy that simply spending your money affects an entire country's economy. That's the scale of Mansa Musa's fortune. But he wasn't only known for his wealth. He invested in education, architecture, and religion throughout his empire. During his reign, cities like Timbuktu became major centers of learning, attracting scholars, writers, and students from across the Islamic world. Magnificent mosques and libraries were built, helping transform Mali into one of the world's leading cultural centers. So how rich was Mansa Musa in today's money? The truth is, nobody knows. Modern economists have tried to estimate his fortune, but many believe it's simply impossible. His wealth came from controlling vast natural resources rather than holding cash or company shares. There is no accurate way to convert that kind of power into modern dollars. That's why historians often describe his wealth as incalculable. Not billions, not trillions. Simply beyond comparison. Today, Mansa Musa remains a symbol of extraordinary wealth, but his story is also a reminder that true influence isn't measured only by what you own. It's measured by the impact you leave behind. More than 700 years later, people still remember the king whose generosity was so immense that it changed economies, built centers of knowledge, and earned him a place in history as the richest man the world has ever known.